All right, I always forget to add myself to the stream after that finishes. I always think that it's going to be like the other timer where at the end of it, it just kind of comes back automatically. Yeah, I'm going live again. So if you missed it, here we are. So earlier we talked about some things that I was really excited about. And first was Kang. And then we also talked at the very beginning of the last live stream. Um, Good to see you, Cade. And at the very beginning of the last live stream, I talked about some Harley Quinn stuff, the Eat Bang Kill tour. Um, we did some cataloging of books. I'm going to do a little bit more of that right now. My son and my wife and my daughter joined me, and then we had technical difficulties between the printer, the Wi-Fi here. I have no idea what happened, but we'll figure it out. It looks like it's good. I played around with it for the past couple hours. We should have some other people joining us. I'm going to see if Team Nerd Herd is ready. And let's see. Our last live stream got a lot of views, and I was very excited with that. Oh, good to know, Cray Cray. Glad to hear. Jump on when you can. All right, so yeah, basically what we're going to be doing is just kind of chilling, talking comics, doing what we do. And something I really want to do, something I think would be a ton of fun, so let me know what you think in the comments, would be to do a YouTube video where there's a bunch of people coming and going as they please, trading books. So basically what would happen is in front of the screen, you'd be seeing maybe myself and Cade saying, hey, I've got Demon Days Mariko. I'm looking to get rid of it. What do you want it? And Cade, if he wants it, would be like, yeah, do you want this? And I'd be like, sure, let's trade. And that's kind of how it would work. Instead of doing like auctions and claim sales and whatnot, I think it'd be really fun to do like a trade sale or a comic book swap. I think that'd be so much fun to do. And kind of like back in the day, I'm dating myself, when you used to go to the lunchroom with Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and trade them, and then you'd come home and you'd talk to your parents about which ones you traded and all that, and your mom would be so pissed off that you got rid of the Pokemon cards that she spent her hard-earned money on to get one card out of the 5 that she bought you. But it was better. Kind of like that, only the grown-up version of that. And I think it'd just be a ton of fun. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Kate and I, we already kind of had this conversation. Cray, let me know what you think. I know you don't really have a YouTube channel. You just kind of chill on YouTube and watch videos and whatnot. Ooh, I like it. Comic swapping. The Comics Lounge lunch table swap. That'd be sweet. I like it. And then I also talked about like the end goal for this, like what would be really cool to see happen with this channel. And I basically said what I would love to do someday, and it would start off very small. I'm gonna talk to one of my local buddies who's doing the Empire Comic Fest and seeing if this might be something we could start getting off the ground. And by this time next year, for the next Rock City Comic Con or Flower City Comic Con, we could have a full-fledged space for this. And basically, what it would be is us going to a Comic Con and setting up seats, setting up couches, chairs, what have you, for people to come, chill, talk about what they bought with people they don't know, doing the comic swapping. The typo is an 8. Comic swapping. I guess it works. But basically, that's what it would be. It would be a ton of fun to do that. I think that we could get that off the ground fairly quickly. I think that it might be just unobtainable because the storage alone on that kind of stuff and the personnel that would be needed to transport it and whatnot, that would be kind of difficult. So it would definitely be one of those things where right now it doesn't seem truly possible, but with the right uh, thought process and know-how and all of that fun stuff, we could probably see it grow into something huge, which is what I would want to get out of it, is just kind of have a really fun way of doing something new in the comic community, something I've never seen personally at a Comic Con out of all the videos I've watched and the one I've been to. Um, Typically, the only people you see sitting down are the people who are signing stuff. So, yeah, as crazy as that is, as much as it does kind of suck and whatnot, that is the one thing that kind of gets to be different, gets to be fun. And like I said, I created this Comics Lounge thing out of the blue. Didn't really have a thought process behind where it could go eventually, and it's just kind of grown and grown and grown. Um, but from there, that's kind of the game plan. That's the end goal, I guess, is the best way you could put it. Um, but yeah, that's what someone was saying in the first video, is that it is a fantastic idea. It would be really fun to do. And then like you could have comic, like local comics lounge spread it all across the nation for each Comic Con. And that way you don't have to travel between Comic Cons. You could kind of have the Comics Lounge Houston, the Comics Lounge NYC, the Comics Lounge Flower City. Like you could have a bunch of different hubs where a bunch of our guys are stationed, and then we continue to grow this channel in that way. Would it be extremely doable? I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. But so what have you guys been reading lately? It's not the end goal, it's the next goal. I like that. The next goal right now though is to hit that 1,000 watch hours. To aim high and hit that last 1,000, because that's where we're going, that's where we're hoping for. And as much as I wish I could say, you know what, we're going to do it like that, it's not going to, it's going to be a long process. It's going to be one of those things where people need to just keep coming back to the channel, and then from there we continue to build our reputation in the comic community, and well beyond the comic community. We're aiming for people to not just be lovers of comics, but to find comics and be new comic enthusiasts. If we keep just talking to people who are already into comics, there's absolutely no growth in the comic community. there's no reason to continue this passion if we can't get more people to say, wow, I really like what you guys do. And as crazy as that is to say, that's the end game. Like that's the goal, is to continue to grow this passion and to introduce new people to it. Last thing I read was Scooby Doo 111, and the latest Looney Tunes comic. Scooby Doo is getting good with the art and writing. Good to know. I have never read a Scooby Doo comic. I actually watched Scooby Doo with my son for the first time in a very long time. He loves pretty much any show that has a dog in it. And he was totally on board. He was absolutely in love with the show. He's not even napping right now. He's just chilling. If you saw him on the very first episode of, or the very first part of this, not really episode, um, he was all over the place, running around back here, coloring on the coloring sheets that are still on the ground. That I was just like, nope, we're going upstairs. We're taking a nap. And he was like, no, I'm not. Hour and a half later. Guarantee though, in the next 20 minutes, he'll fall asleep for 2 hours and he'll not want to wake up when I have to go get him, and he'll be pissed off at me. The life of a toddler father. All right. But yeah, anyways, let's continue to talk comics. So if you did watch earlier, you saw me kind of go through all of these Spider-Man comics and kind of, or not kind of, but actually inventory them. And that was just a ton of fun to do. I'm a huge fan of keeping my collection organized. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you guys that again. I think that's something that a lot of new comic enthusiasts don't know how to do, because they get dragged into this, oh, you got to pay for it. You don't. Do what works for you. For me, I found that this is what works best. And that's where I just kind of kept going with it long after moving from one computer to the next and whatnot. And thanks, man. The plan is great. And the plan is just a plan until we put it into action. Alrighty. So it is difficult to keep organized. That's not what I want. I want to share the screen, not a video file. So this is just Amazing Spider-Man. I kind of went through that already earlier. And then I told you guys I was going to get deeper into this as time allowed. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to show you guys how I kind of do this. So Amazing Spider-Man, then I have Amazing Spider-Man spin-offs. I leave myself little notes. I'm really hoping that the Daily Bugle Amazing Spider-Man comes back. Annuals have their own section. Ultimate Spider-Man, since I got so many comics from that. Mystery Box has its own section. Then I've got anything that's just miscellaneous Spider-Man, so like Symbiote Spider-Man, Alien Reality Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir. This never finished. We're going to delete those rows. There we go. Spider-Geddon. And then it just kind of continues on down. Then I have Spider-Women in one, Amazing Mary Jane, Silk. As we move over, you can see Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, Spider-Woman. Anything that's a duplicate, I put in yellow. So if I buy a bunch of like issue ones based on the covers, Black Cat is actually where I'm going to start right now, because Black Cat is something I need to fill in. Dude, I wish it wasn't. I wish I had a bigger collection, but at the same time, I don't have the space for a bigger collection right now. So it's that fine line of figuring out, what do I get rid of, what do I keep, and where do I grow it to? How big can it get in this house? But let's keep going. So Black Cat is an amazing comic. I'm a huge fan of Black Cat, and my wife's been enjoying reading it for the past 2 years now. That it's been coming out, maybe a little bit longer than that even. And all thanks to my guy at Rhinos Comics. Chet, go check them out on Facebook and Instagram. They are our channel sponsor. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, you guys can see this better. You guys don't want to look at my ugly mug. Full screen. So what I do is I basically look at the book, figuring out where it goes. So this is Black Cat Annual, Infinite Destinies. That's actually already logged in. So I just kind of put it over here. When that stack gets too high, I then put it over here on this old keyboard pullout. Let's see. Harley Quinn. No, not yet. Then I just kind of dig through here and see if there's any other Black Cats. There is. Black Cat number 1. Black Cat number 8. Another variant. Black Cat number 7. Number 8. Number 9. All the ones my wife has been reading lately, so they've not logged. All right. So let's put these in order. So we've got 8, 7. Harley, you don't belong. 8 again. There we go. All right, so number 7, Gilded City. That is the first print cover. And then the other thing I do is I organize them also by where they go. So if I'm starting a new stack of hero or villain or whatever, I flip it over so that way I know where the last one started and ended, and I can kind of search them quicker when I'm cataloging them behind me. Thank you. Appreciate it, Cray Cray. All right. Let us continue. So this is also the first print of this, as well as the Captain America variant. If I can't tell immediately who the variant is by, based on the signature and whatnot, simply what I do is just type in what variant it looks like. That's cover. This is also 8. We have 9. Print again. Cover. I typically don't ever pay more than cover price for a book. An extremely rare variant. That's just me. All right. So again, all right. So that's all the Black Cat. Now let's keep going through here. There's some Captain America in here. So we'll do him next. So I just kind of look through where it ends up being. Captain America. This is a different series. Actually, States of Captain America 1 and 2. I have 3, I have 4, just have not gotten to bagging and boarding them yet. So pretty much what I do when that happens is I just bring this down, first print. I started doing first print not too long ago because obviously with second prints coming out and whatnot a lot quicker these days, I wanted to make sure that what I was writing down was more detailed, I guess is the best way to put it. I need to go back to Miles in a little bit. Flashes later on. That's miscellaneous. That's more Flash. That'll go in Iron Man. That goes in Spawn. I think that goes in miscellaneous too. So let's go back to Miles. Because I do keep all of the spider people together. So this is issue 30. And I love this variant, the Garson variant. Let me know what you think, kid. I think you're one of the only ones watching right now. Oops. Pull that down like that. And now all right. So those are the 2 Miles books that I needed to catalog. And then I can start putting them into their boxes. But anyways, so this is what I use. This is what I do. And so I can break it down for you. At the very top, I keep Miles Morales Spider-Man. That's the title of the hero. Then I break it down by what issue or series it is, and then issue number and so on. So this is a way of keeping track for me so that I can kind of make sure that I'm on target with what I want to do with these books. And then I can see, okay, issue number, legacy number, which actually that 30 is wrong because it's not legacy number 30. No, that's not right. So anyways, that is how I kind of keep track. I'm very excited because we're getting very close to issue 300 of Miles Morales Spider-Man, which means who knows, we could be getting another Venom. If I was Marvel, that's what I'd be doing, is creating a character, a villain for Miles that is on par and will be as big, if not bigger, than Venom. Not an easy thing to do, but you know what it is. You gotta try your best. So issue number, legacy number, if it's a variant or first print, how much I paid for it, and then the value of it. So once a book becomes big, I go check the value. I haven't checked the values in a long time because I'm not worried about getting rid of most of these books. There's some books that, like, when I go to CGC them, I'll be like, oh, I wonder what the value is, and I want to keep track of that value. So one of those ones that I keep track of quite consistently is, oh, and then I also do this. If I'm selling it, I just make little notes myself so I know to check in on it and make sure that when it does sell, I come back to it. But so I sent this to CGC, came back at 9.8. It was at 325 when I sent it off. It's obviously no longer at that. So that's why I then put now only worth about $100. And it sucks, but you know what? It is what it is. It's the first print. And then I kind of go from there. So yeah, there's not really an art to it. Bummer. So my buddy, a follower of mine, Gerald, wanted to try to make it on, but he's actually on his way to work right now. He's going to try to make it to our live stream Friday and be live with us, which would be really cool. It'd be really awesome to have someone new and kind of get back into that. I'm going to stay live a little bit longer because this is when Team Nerd Herd said they should be available. It was 10 a.m. PST. If not, no big deal. It was awesome to have a bunch of people on this morning. But yeah, this is basically some fun fun way to kind of learn more about how to catalog your comics. And then I'm actually going to get into more with this later on. So okay. I use a web app called Zap Kapow. That's cool. I actually, Hoarder's Hide uses a really cool app too, where he can, I don't know if you've ever seen him do it, Cade, but he actually scans the book with like a library scanner and basically does it right on the barcode, which allows him to scan the book right in. Now, the interesting thing about this, when I do it, I'm entering everything manually, and I actually like that more because obviously with tech and everything else, sometimes those books actually do change names or change covers in that system, which actually messes up his collection. I don't want that to happen with mine, so that's one of the reasons I did it this way. I know it's kind of old school, but I actually do like it a little bit better. It's a one-time buy for a lifetime membership. Not bad. I also like for my CGC books to kind of keep track of them. I use Go Collect. So that's another way to do it. If you're interested in online, this is just Apple numbers, the Apple Office package for free that comes with every Mac. And I know that Hoarder's Hide would be pissed off at me if he saw me doing this, but you know what? It is what it is. It works for me, and that's what matters, right? So let's see. What else do I have to say about this? Not much. It actually is pretty. There's a lot of books that I need to bag and board, and a lot of books that I need to put away. But other than that, I mean, I'm kind of in a good state right now with everything that I've been working on, and I've been reading pretty well. So we're gonna do a nice timer. So take some time to yourself, read for a little bit, and enjoy whatever comic you're reading. Let me know what you think about the comic that you're reading right now in the comments. And then after that 5-minute timer, we'll come back and I'll talk to you guys about a spoiler-filled review of what I'm reading. All right, so just finished reading Death of Doctor Strange. If you watched the other video of this, you actually saw that my son and I were reading it together, and he was enjoying it, even though he had no idea what was going on in it. But definitely an interesting book because pretty much as soon as Doctor Strange dies, number one, it's very mystical death, but it's with a knife. So that's interesting. Number two, the whole world knows immediately because obviously he is the Sorcerer Supreme who kind of keeps the barrier of everything mystic out of the earth that could damage the earth. And as soon as that barrier is down, of course, everything, all hell breaks loose. And then number three, pretty much the Avengers are in need of help because the barriers have broken down and China's threatening to nuke the Gobi Desert and the sixth dimension has arrived and like there's all this other crap happening and whatnot. So definitely a great book. Definitely one to pick up if you have not already. Another book that I've read is, or that my wife has read, I should say, I haven't read it, is Truth and Justice. And she said it was pretty good. She didn't pick it up at issue 1. She picked it up at 7. And she was saying how it's definitely been different. It was something that she wasn't expecting, but she was glad that Chet from Rhino's Comics suggested it for her and was very excited to kind of see what it had to offer. She's not sure if she's going to pick up issue number 8, but it is what it is. It's something that she might come back to in the future. Then, if you have not read any of the United States of Captain America, I just kind of showed off that one that I did read. It is really amazing. All these different imposter Captain Americas and Bucky and Cap and pretty much every Falcon, John Walker, they're just all trying to go after these imposters because they're tarnishing the Captain America name. And in number 3, we got to meet the very first Native American Captain America, and I think it's actually the very first Native American superhero too. But I think the hype was kind of much farther over anything than what we would have hoped. Just read a couple of Dexter's Lab from the first Classics volume. The second story was excellent. Dexter builds a machine to make a virtual reality comic book style adventure using himself. Interesting. Machine is called Kirbytron, and the art inside is based off of Jack Kirby. Sweet. That's actually really cool. Never even knew that was a thing. But yeah, it's a very cool comic, a very interesting comic, one that's definitely worth the read if you have not picked it up yet. So I'm gonna bag and board that one right now before I forget to. And I'm like, have I read it? Have I not? For those of you who don't know me, I'm a self-proclaimed speed reader. I'm not fast. I'm not a fast reader, but I do tend to read quickly, and sometimes it does come back to bite me because I'll be like, oh crap, what was that about again? So sometimes I do need to reread and read all over again, but it is what it is. I'm a teacher and I teach that all the time, that's what you have to do anyways. So this is the book, Captain America number 3. Cool cover to say the least. And so Captain America of the Kickapoo tribe. Kickapoo name is Thunder that jumps across the sky. Chitaska. The clan is Thunder. He's about 43 years old, from Kansas. Construction worker, handyman who took up the mantle of Captain America to protect his reservation. Champions the overlooked and underserved in his community and elsewhere. Steve wrote, everybody we meet had only nice things to say about this guy. Seems like he's fixed an air conditioner or a leaky sink for about everyone on his street. Sam said, giving you an idea, Steve, you're going to come over and fix my air conditioner. And then Steve, as if I know how an air conditioner works. So it does kind of add in a little bit of interesting, fun tidbits as they're kind of going across and coming across other Captain Americas as well as Captain America and pop this story. So, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing how I catalog my comics. Then they go back into there. I keep all of my Amazing Spider-Mans up on that top shelf right here. These two boxes right here are empty, and behind there is a box of Spidey and Friends, and then Venom as well. Sorry. And then everything else on all the other shelves is alphabetized. That's why I needed those two other boxes, because those are full. And actually, the crazy thing is these two boxes are full. These two are full. That one is full, and that's just DC. And then I'm going to put another one next to it over here. Probably that Spider-Man one or one of the other not important ones, but I don't want to pull all the books out. Probably the Empire one, because that's basically an independent. I did not like that one. I'm going to pull the books out of there, put them into the Spidey one, so that way I have all Marvel books. I'm probably going to buy a Batman one for down there for the DC, because I am a Batman fan. It is one of my favorite heroes to watch. Not always to read. Never really found a Batman comic that I could truly get behind and really enjoy, but we shall see. Maybe there's one out there. I Am Batman I was a huge fan of. I want to reread it just before I pick up issue 2. But yeah, that's kind of everything. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. I don't think that Team Nerd Herd is going to be able to join us today, and I know that it was kind of difficult for a couple of other people to hop on since it is a Monday. The nice thing is that I have off on these days. So I am going to go back outside, and I am going to find how I'm going to organize tools into my brand new toolbox. So, Kate, do you want to come outside? All right. Logging off the computer one. I'm going to show you guys what I do a little bit more close up over here. Can I flip the camera around? I don't think so. So this might not look great, but this is it. So there's that Spidey one. There's that other one. Behind this Spidey is 2 more. This is all like Black Cat, Mary Jane, and this is all Venom kind of symbiotes. These are both Amazing Spider-Man, and then like I said, these 4 are Marvel. Down there is DC, and that's basically what I do. So, Kate, you're the only one watching, bud, so I'm going to continue this real quick. See if Nerd Herd wants to join. This is going to get painted. I'm going to ask my wife if she'll let me put a logo here. I don't think she will, but it would be really cool to have a logo going down into the lounge once it's all said and done. I'm going to put a little specialized light switch on there too. So, this is the old garage. I've had you guys out here a few times if you've been watching the channel for quite some time. But I picked up this gigantic
tool chest. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to organize everything in it. And that's what I'm about to go do. So always, hashtag Loungers Assemble with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And as always, stay nerdy, comic fam. Peace out, guys. Go check out our merch on Teespring, teespring.com/stores/the comics lounge. Go check it out. You will not be sorry. Cade can tell you how much he loves his t-shirt, I'm sure. And we'll see you soon. Have a great one. See ya.